This Sunday is the last Sunday in the liturgical year. As such, the Church celebrates the solemnity of Jesus Christ, King of the universe. As we take all of our readings collectively as a whole, we learn some things about Jesus' rule over the whole universe. In the Gospel reading, Jesus says that at the end of time, the Son of Man will return in all his glory and sit on his glorious throne, and all the nations will be assembled before him. Jesus continues to reveal himself as the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. He's not just one king among many, but he's the emperor over all of the powers in the universe. Now, Jesus also inverts our typical idea of what power and authority really are. He's not just seeking to go out and impose power for the sake of power, but he truly goes out to seek and to save what was lost, to bind up the broken, to provide for the needs of his sheep. In the first reading, we're reminded that that's how God demonstrates his kingship, is like a shepherd, going in search of the lost, binding up the broken, and providing for the needs of the flock. As we return to the gospel reading, Jesus has really an incredible invitation to us. You know, we rightly see the final judgment image that Jesus puts out there. And we see the criteria, or some of the criteria, by which we will be judged at the end of time. But the reality, too, is that in this criteria is an invitation from the Lord to share in his power and authority. He isn't just out there working on his own, but he's working through his followers, those who have professed their faith in him. He isn't the only one out there trying to seek the lost, to bind up the broken, and provide for the needs of the flock. That's the way that he has invited us to share in his power and authority, that we as his followers share in the mission and the rule of the kingdom by going out and drawing in those that are outside, right, if you will. One of my favorite images I guess, in this context, Jesus' rule is this image of the Good Shepherd, one who goes to great lengths and risks it all for the sake of the sheep who is in danger of losing his own life. And recognizing that that's what Jesus has done for us should be the inspiration for us to go out and seek what was lost, to bind up what was broken, and to provide for the needs of others. So as this liturgical year draws to a close, we have this opportunity to look at that criteria by which we will be judged. As we have come to know these things, the corporal works of mercy. You know, how have I provided drink to the thirsty, food for the hungry, clothing to the naked? How have I visited the sick and the imprisoned? And other ways that we can provide for the needs of the flock. As we approach the holiday season, there are certainly many opportunities. We go in search of them ourselves, oftentimes, to make others' holiday celebrations more joyful. The parish itself provides opportunities, and certainly there are more in the wider community. This is a great chance for us to share in the power and authority of Jesus, to provide for the needs of others, but it's also something that we need to keep in mind throughout the rest of this upcoming year. Sharing in Jesus' power and authority comes down to an inversion, a conversion of our hearts, not to seeking to impose power and rule, but to go out and seek the lost, bind up the broken, and provide for those in need. So let us accept the invitation of the Lord to share in his rule over all the powers in the universe, and allow our hearts to be converted, and in so doing to share in that rule, to go out and seek the lost, to bind the broken, and to provide for those in their time of need.